Welcome to Hopeside Community Church. This is the first week of May, and today is 5th May 2022. The theme for today is social matters, building relationship, that is loving others. The topic I've chosen for today is others' happiness. How can we make others happy? And there is a quote which says, love is when the other person's happiness is more important than our own. What do you think about this? Do you think that others' happiness is more important than our own? This is a very difficult period where it looks so hopeless and people around are not happy. At this time, religious faith is what gives us hope and what gives us strength. So let's see the meaning of happiness. It means a deep sense of satisfaction, and this is mainly that comes from inside us, within us, inner orientation. There are two types of happiness. One is happiness that comes from physical experience, and the other comes from mental experience. Now, material things makes us happy, isn't it? When we go to shop, we're so happy. When we receive gifts, we're happy. When we buy a TV or a new car or a new house, we're so happy. So these are the physical experiences. But then, does it really help us to be more peaceful? Actually, when we have more physical comfort, there is more fear, jealousy, anger. So all these also happens for some people. Now, the other kind of happiness we receive through mental experiences, that is the inner peace. So religious traditions help us to grow spiritually and attain inner peace, inner satisfaction that leads to happiness. We also know that happiness is different for different people. There is a different perception about happiness by different people, and there is also different level of happiness. A person who is a beggar is very happy when he receives food, but at the same time, a person who is very rich is not happy with just food. They want a specific food that will make them happy. So it's so different for different persons. And one important phenomenon that is interesting is when we have physical goods with us, okay, and we give them away. Say if we give away money, we have less of that money, right? We have $1,000 and we give 500, we have $500 less. If we have two cars and we give them away one car, then one car we have less. But spiritual gifts is not so. When we give some spiritual goods, when we give happiness, when we share our happiness, we have more, isn't it? So isn't it the reason why we need to share more of our happiness to others and make others happy? Even when we take a situation where someone needs help, a poor lady needs help to cross the road, and when we stop our vehicle and help that person to go and cross the road, it makes us so happy. The whole day is changed because of the act which you have done to make some other person happy, isn't it? So there is a story written by Anna in the book Tolstoy, where it is said, all happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in a different way, in its own way. So she tries to say that happiness is same for every person, but do you think it is so? I don't think happiness is alike for every happy family. It is like It is like a mathematical formula where all the answers are wrong except one answer. It is not so in happiness. There are various ways in which one can be happy. And as I already told you, the happiness differs from one person to the other person. Now, the Jewish tradition has two keywords when it comes to happiness. There are two words. One is asher, which means happiness that we feel. Happiness that we feel. There is another happiness called. There is another word that is used, which is shimcha. That is happiness that we make. So it is more like when we make ourselves happy, that is asher, only then we can make others happy, isn't it? Unless we are happy, how can we make others happy? We have to create happiness. Our inner self has to be happy. Only then we can make the other person happy. Without love, we cannot make ourselves happy. We cannot make others happy as well. So Shimsha is more of like a social happiness, and where the Bible tells about sharing with the spouse or a husband and wife, sharing, or during festival where we share things with the community. Even during Christmas or New Year or other festivals, what do? We gift something to someone, isn't it? Why do we do it? In order to make the other person happy, isn't it? So, uh, so nowadays we are in a consumerism society, a consumer society, where all the advertisements that are given makes you to focus on yourself. We spend a lot of money for ourselves. We spend money that is not ours on buying things for us. For example, we use a credit card to get stuffs. Is it money that we do not have? We buy stuffs. We even buy things that are not necessary for us. All the self is being focused more. And so we have to overcome that and try to share more, because sharing is joy. It gives us more joy. And let's discuss how we can increase happiness. There are so many points how to increase happiness, but I'm just going to share a few. First is the art of giving thanks. When we receive something, what do? We have to be thankful. When we are thankful, we make the other person happy. When we receive something, we receive a gift, say that you're thankful. And when someone does something for you, when we show gratitude to them, they feel happy, because they are happy that they have done something for someone else. The art of relationship. We are unable to pull in our relationship because we do not have the art of creating happiness in relationship. That is the reason there are several marriages that fail. The society has begun to decline. So there are many things that happen. So we have to create a good relationship by appreciating people, by telling good things, by not hurting the other person. The other is the art of giving. So when we give something to others, we are very happy. For example, we have a violin that is not being used, and when there is someone who needs it, I give it. I feel a lot of joy. But when I withhold myself from giving at that particular moment when they need it, I have that guilt for a long time, because I did not give when that person needed the thing that I did not need, but I had. So when you give, you increase your happiness and you increase the other person's happiness as well. So as I told before, happiness should start from within us. We have to find the purpose of our life first. There are many people who are living in different parts of the world. Say, for example, India and Africa. There are people who live in villages who do not have anything. They don't have internet, they don't have a car, they do not have even a cycle. They just live in the village. But are they happy? Yes. Some of them really have found the purpose of life, and simple actions make them happy. So happiness have to start from within us so that we can help others to be happy. The next is we have to love those who do not deserve our love. Where, say, for example, someone has done something to us, but still we don't hold any of those grudge and do what we are supposed to do for them. So their happiness will increase. We have to forgive in order for us to be happy and for them also to be happy. Deuteronomy says, Deuteronomy 28, 47 to 48 says, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of things he have given. So when God has given us abundance of all things, we are blessed abundantly. See, sometimes we are blessed beyond measures. Okay, we have things that other people do not have. So when we have things that others do not have, what we need to do, we need to share our abundance to others. And when we do not do it, what happens? God does not bless us more. So when we start thinking about the happiness of all the other people, that is the time when we ourselves will be more happy, and we can be more peaceful also in our lives. May we all find ways to make others happy every single day. If you want to gather more information about the church building, it can be found at hopeside.com. We would very much love to have you attend our church or visit our church website. If you're interested in it, you can get more information at hopeside.org. Goodbye and God bless. Hopeside, hope on our side.